Howdo! Last week we were looking at the body and making it look pretty and do all that customization stuff. This week we are looking at the neck. Most importantly, we're looking at the fretboard. So we're going to radius the fret blank and then start putting in our inlays. So inlays generally are done in layers rather than all in one, so you get a better effect and you get multiple different angles of woods and different colored woods or whatever material that it is that you're going to use. So let's jump in and take this chunk of maple to something interesting. So first off, we've got this beautiful maple fretboard blank. It's 10mm thick, which that is definitely too thick for a fretboard to be finished with. Firstly, it's really long, so we can chop off a big chunk of that. So I've got a spare test piece, as well as then less work to do on the actual fretboard itself. That is now flat. So that's down to an 8mm thick board, and now I can put the radius on, which we're going to have a 9.5 inch radius, typical base 6 style. That'll do for now. Well, after all that hand tool work, I'm actually going to use the laser machine to get these inlays in. One step at a time, off we go. So layer number 4 and effectively layer number 5 with all the writing is done slightly different. Rather than cutting out a shape and inserting it into another shape, we do things slightly different. Now, if you've seen my channel before, you know I love to do a resin and gold leaf technique. It's really good for inlaying and logos and things like that. Looks fantastic. So I have a massive pack of gold leaf. Now the writing we're going to do in silver. Crowns, they should always be gold, right? Crowns should always be gold. But we can be subtle with it. So in this pack is many different colours ranging from silvers through different levels of gold and some bronzes in there as well. So we'll pick one out that's gold without it being a bit chavvy. Is chavvy a word where you are? Now this really is the easiest of all inlay techniques. Simply get some resin. I love this UV resin. I'll put a link in the description if you've not seen it before or can get hold of it locally. Basically you put a layer of this resin inside your cutout section, not filling it to the top, just putting a layer in. If it splurges over the sides, don't worry, because it's all going to be sanded off later anyway. Now once you're happy that the bottom of it is covered, set that with the UV light. And what this does is this sets it hard but still has the slightest of tack left on it, which is perfect for then sticking down gold leaf. Rather than using fiddly sticky special glue, You just use the leftover tack from the resin. And then it's just a matter of filling up to the top with more of the resin. I like to make sure that it just bubbles past the height of the wood itself. You can see it just bulges above the layer of the wood, and we set that again. Now I suppose at this point it'd be a really good thing to just describe what on earth's going on with this whole guitar build and what's the whole reasoning behind it all. Well, we're going to have a quick look at the body and then come back to this neck. It's all about the cross, and the only way that you can follow that road to heaven, the one way you can get there, as Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And either that was the biggest lie ever told by the biggest liar the world has ever seen, or Jesus was the Son of God, in which case you kind of got to listen to everything else he ever said. Bit of a decision to make, innit?